All right, we're back. It's the Mr. Peter Parker Show. The God Tito Jackson's here. Ida has smacked the East Coast. Kanye versus Drake is happening. Does anybody even fucking care? Do you care?
Nah, man, fuck that shit.
I barely care. The only reason I could kind of get away with it, and I keep on bringing this up, is I told Kanye that he wasn't shit when I met him. And I feel good about that. So I'm like, cool, I can wear the sneakers. I can listen to the albums, critique them. It's fine.
Right. You already told him.
I already told him to his face. Fuck your life. Speaking of that, we've got Gorilla Nems, Coney Island, Brooklyn native, on the program today. We're going to talk about his music. He got a really, really dope merch company. We had Crime Apple on earlier. In a similar way, it's a clothing label thing that this artist runs that's not really synonymous. Like this is a Dipset shirt from the Dipset guys, right?
Right.
Right. This is
he doesn't have, like, it's not Nems. It's the fuck your life shit.
It's something else.
Right. So, FYL shit. Yeah.
Right. Very cool. Got a great business model. And yo, we just hanging out. Can I spark this little thing real quick? What are we doing? See the torch? See the torch?
Oh man, I need one of those bad letters.
Nice.
I still got the Bic.
It's fine. My thumbs, I got a callus on my shit. You got a callus? You ever had a callus on your thumb from flicking the lighter?
Yeah, man. A couple times.
It's all right, though. How you feeling? Everything good?
Everything's good, man. You know, just dealt with this fucking little little flooding in the basement. That's why we're in a new spot. I don't know if you see behind.
Yeah, I see that.
So yeah, it's been a little fucking crazy the past couple days, but you know, I said I'd make some time to come and kick it with you, and we can fucking get up with Nems and
we're
do that.
We're gonna build. We're gonna hang out. It's all good. It's the Mr. Peter Parker Show, and I think Nems is about to pull up right now. Huh? Okay, welcome to the Mr. Peter Parker Show. Nems, ladies and gentlemen, Gorilla Nems.
Yes.
The mayor.
Fuck your life. The mayor, Coney Island.
Fuck your life, man. Yeah. Yo, before we start this thing, there's so many, like, I don't know, in this era, there's so much emo rap and wishy-washy personalities. I feel like a guy like you who really, I believe, truly does not give a fuck. Like, I think you're really a necessity in the game, man. Like, we see your presence and, yeah, that kind of tough guy energy. It resonates with us. We like, okay, this guy's out here for real, and you make some of the best new classic sounding hip hop in the game.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that, man. And I'm glad my I don't give a fuck sentiments get through to people, because with the politics and industry and with this industry, bro, I really don't like it. I just love making music, and I love with the people that fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? If you don't fuck with me, then fuck your life. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
if you
it's easy. It's easy.
Fuck your life.
No, and I saw the hats and the way you were doing the branding, and it was like, yo, this is very, very dope. A lot of the artists now we've seen, it's not just like, well, music, it's a whole thing. It's like, you know, we see what Crime Apple's doing or what Griselda's done incredibly well, which you've done very, very well with your branding and this hat business with the shirts and everything. Shit is fire. Talk about this merch hustle a little bit before we get into the music. How is that business for you? Is that something you're doing every day?
Yeah, that's an everyday thing. It's become a well-oiled machine now. Now it like runs on its own. Mm-hmm. But it came out of necessity, where I was like, I was hustling for a while illegally, and it came to a point where I was just like, bro, I'm done with this type of lifestyle, bro. This shit is not bringing me nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And then also, I don't use drugs, so it was like I was a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to use drugs, and I just stopped everything. Mm-hmm. And then I was just like, I gotta switch this to legal, to some way legal. And it just, you know, I took the hustling mentality that I used in the illegal life, and I switched it to legal hustle, and it just worked out. I just stay consistent, bro. This just like anything in life. You stay consistent. You're going to take some losses, but for the most part, consistency is key. People know that I'm putting out dope shit, just like with the music and just like with the bars. Mm-hmm. I'm putting out dope clothes every week as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, very high quality. I can see the stuff you're wearing now, too. It's not just like an ironed on shirt. This is something that like forever, like you're going to keep it forever.
Yeah. If I won't wear it myself, I'm not going to put it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm only going to put out shit that I like wearing, and I like wearing quality.
It looks like you put a lot of thought into it too. Like there's a lot of like, I'm gonna go this direction. This is the right direction I want to go. Like a lot of New York shit, which I find real dope too.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah. I just, bro, just like with music, where I come up with rhymes. Now it's just like I see something, I'm like, yeah, I could flip that, and it just became flipping other shit.
Do you do all the graphic design, or idea wise, or ideas?
The graphic design, but I tell him exactly how I want it. Like he just life on the computer, but I'll be like, yo, this is what I want. He sends it to me. My man Fridge, shout out to my man Fridge. But then I'll tell him, nah, switch this, change this, brings it to life on the computer. But everything is 95% of it is my own ideas.
Coming out of your dome, right?
Yeah, no, I can see it. I read about you that, and I didn't know this until recently, that you had been, it doesn't surprise me either, that you were associated with nonfiction early in your career, guys like Ill Bill and them, who we've been rocking with for a very long time. I can see that energy of you guys rocking together. What year, how long ago was that? We were talking like...
So this, 07, I came out of jail. I came home, and MySpace had just came on the scene. I heard of Necro, but I wasn't familiar with his stuff.
Right.
From the same part of, like, I'm from Coney Island. He's from like Flatbush. It's like 20 minutes away. He just hit me up randomly on MySpace and was like, yo, I fuck with your shit, man. Come fuck with me. I went, he took me on tour. He showed me my first tour, and he's the first person that actually showed me that you can make it without being on the radio, without being, you can make a life for yourself and actually make good money on doing your own thing independently. A lot of the game. Before I released my first album, like his distribution shit wasn't able to go, so I jumped labels. But Necro showed me, when I started fucking with him, he showed me a lot of shit and opened up my mind to a lot of the independent grind. And then years later, I would see Bill and had a good rapport, but when maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we started actually doing music together and became actual friends. And then we put Gorilla Twins album last year. But those guys are vital in who I am as an artist and just know-how and will.
Yeah, Necro doesn't get enough credit for being an indie kind of pioneer. I remember when he was first coming out and he was blazing, like really hot, like 2000, like 99, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I always give credit where it's due, man. Them guys, like, he didn't have to fuck with me, and I just was coming home out of jail, and he scooped me up and brought me on tour and just showed me a lot of shit. So I always got love for him.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Dope. I think we've been watching you and seeing that like No Celebs video you did with Term, who's a good friend of ours, and Phoebe, who's an incredible guy. The record that really opened me up, where I was like, oh, this is somebody that I really enjoy listening to on a regular basis, was the Gorilla Monsoon project.
Yes.
The production, the overall, that was like you kind of hitting a stride. Talk about that project a little bit. That's kind of important for you, I think.
Well, yeah, basically before then, I look at my career as before Gorilla Monsoon and then after, because probably around 2016, I was just like, yo, fuck this rap shit for right now. I'm just going to focus on the brand and making the clothes and all that. So I was not even focused on music. And then I linked up with Jazz Soon, who nobody really knew who he was. He had maybe a couple hundred Instagram followers, but I knew him through mutual friends. And I was like, yo, this dude's beats are fucking crazy. And like, that just shows like, I don't give a fuck about people's followers. I don't give a fuck. If dope, you're dope. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? And he started sending me a couple beats, and I was like, well, I could fuck with all of these. And I just kept doing it. I was like, yo, we're going to do a project. And I took my time with it, bro, because I didn't really give a fuck. I was making money with the merch. I didn't rush it. I just was like, yo, whenever I feel like it's done and it's a complete body of work, I'm going to do it. But then within that time, I was still doing features, and I would freestyle on the gram, and I was still building my following. So when I put out that, it was like, damn, he ain't put out something. It was like a reemergence.
Definitely.
Album, I treated like a lot of people, this is their first time of them seeing who I am. So I kind of treated it like it was my first album, even though it wasn't. And it just came out fucking great.
It had that appeal, that album appeal, kind of like in a classic way where the songs fit really well next to each other. It was very listenable. You know what I mean? Like,
student of the game. Yeah, I'm a student of the game, man. Since I was a kid, like I have a huge family, but I'm an only child. So, and my mother was always at work. My father died when I was young, so it was like I was always home alone.
Yeah.
Buying every Tuesday, I would go to the record store with whatever money I had and buy whatever was out, whether it was trap. They had one hot song, I would buy the whole album, and I would just be home alone, listening and studying music for the good first half of my life.
Wow.
So, and everything I was listening to was from early 90s to 98 hip hop, and that's what really formed who I was as an artist and influenced me. And you know,
you're telling our life stories right now, bro.
You're talking to us, B. You're talking. We're the same. We're the same people. This is what this podcast has become. You know what I mean? Like,
I just became like I would make mixtapes. I would take one song, and then sometimes I would make a whole mixtape of just skits, just for myself.
That's dope.
Yeah. That's dope.
All right, now I know where to put a skit. Now I know how to formulate like a complete body of work, and I enjoy doing that. I enjoy making track listings when my albums are coming out. I enjoy. By the time the people hear my album, that shit is played out to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So much in a row, it becomes the only thing I listen to, and it kind of becomes like an obsession where it's like, yo, I want this to be perfect. I want this song to fit here. I want this to be at the end of the song. I want this, and it just becomes an obsession until it's, to me, it's the complete body of work. And that's what I did with this new album, Congo, as well.
Yeah. No, Congo's tough. And definitely, like, I look down and you got Tony Sunshine on this Congo thing. And we haven't heard Tony in a minute. And Tony's one of the best. Like, yo, I know I heard he's been going through some things and whatever, but like, dope to hear him on that. And yo, it's cool to see your grind and like connect with you. You know, when I see the energy, like I tell Tito, like, you know, I get a chance to be around like a lot of big New York personalities. Like I've had a chance to kick it with Fat Joe. I've spent extensive time with DJ Enough. These guys who kind of like take over the room type personalities. You know what I mean? I see that with you as well as a New York, just kind of that block presence and very authentic in what you do. Let's go back for a second. When you were talking about all that listening and all that studying, who were the artists that really stood out and connected to you during that time?
Well, like I said, I listened to like literally everything, whether down south or West Coast or East Coast, but people that really influenced my style, I always give credit to, like, I would say Prodigy, Big L, because Big L didn't take no lines off, you know what I'm saying? Sticky Fingers, like, just
dope voice.
When he was on the track, he was just like, you know, like, these are people that influenced my style. Cameron, to a degree, like his early Cameron was like, yo, the most kidnap your brother, make your
crazy,
your mother out. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that stuck with, resonated with me. Like, yo, these dudes just like is going like above and beyond. And I mean, Big Pun, fucking Fat Joe, like, he tells me when I see him, like, yo, you remind me of me when I was young. And that's like the biggest in like fucking the greatest feeling, being shown by the people I could. Juju from the Beat Nuts. I was talking to him. He shows me mad love and like his beats, but not only his beats, on what his rhymes are ridiculous. Juju always like killed it. And just like people like the vets, that's what gives me my shit. Like that's what I appreciate, when the vets show me love. Like I don't give a fuck about these new rappers, being friends with them, taking pictures.
I could tell. We could tell that.
Like I don't care. Like, but when like people like Royal Flush, like, if respectfully, like Royal Flush nowadays, the younger generation don't maybe not know who he is or don't appreciate what he did when his time was coming. He really repped for New York. You know what I'm saying? So the other day when I was on Shade 45 on Lord Sear, he called up and just showed me mad love. Like, yo, Nems, I respect you. Don't fuck, you know, you did it on your own. And shit like that makes my day. When I did a song with Onyx on one of their recent projects, and Fredro called me and was like, yo, Nems, that verse you gave us is I think is the best verse of any feature we've ever done. Now they got joints with DMX.
Everybody, yes.
So for Fredro to tell me that was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that is what makes my day, man.
Yeah, no, that's what I wanted to know. That's what, because you know, we all listen to a lot, but for each of us, there's something like when we talk about like being hip hop fans, it's all unique journeys, like who we connect with, you know. And then when we get to collab and talk about it, like me and Tito have been friends for 20 years. but our taste is like, it's complementary. You know what I mean? So like, it's cool to hear what really resonated with you and really, set you off.
That's and I don't go around like when when Fredro hit me out. As much as the fan in me wants to go and broadcast that to everybody, like those are personal moments. Like I'm not that type, so I keep it to myself. But I tell stories like that on podcasts. And really, I hate doing podcasts, man. But when they tell me, Peter Parker won, and I see heavy hitters, I was like, the heavy hitters is the family. You know what I'm saying? Like anything heavy hitters need from me, I'm always there for them, man. They like really, whether it be
the best.
Be DP1, whether it be Fat Fingers, like they really just like the whole heavy hitters as a collective just always has shown me exorbitant amounts of love. So whatever they need, I'm there for it.
That's what it is, man. No, they put me down a few years ago, and me and E hit it off, and it's a wonderful thing. I went down, and as much as you may know them in the city, and I'll tell you the story, I went down to Enough's wedding in Mexico with them, and Nori was there, and Joe was there, and the whole industry was there, and it was like a brotherhood like I've never experienced in my life. And I played like college basketball and have great friends for 20 years. Yeah. These guys are like, they take it really serious, and they're kind and they're good people. It was very special.
Absolutely. Shout out Ron Mills too.
Woo! Everybody's best friend, bro. Ron is the man, bro. That's the man right there, dog. What are you doing next? I mean, you're selling hats, you're selling shirts. The Congo is out now. Are you plotting on something else?
Me and Scram Jones.
We
got this Scram Jones album we've been working on since the beginning of, like, right before the pandemic hit. We was working on. Then the pandemic hit, and we were like, we don't want to put it out. We can't do nothing. We can't tour. We can't do nothing.
Yeah, it was weird.
And then we finished it, and then we're like, there was a couple features that we're waiting for, like big artists that you can't be like, we need it by now. It's just like, when they give me the verse, they give it to me.
Right.
So we were waiting, and that's kind of what like made me drop this Congo album, because I was like, I wanted to drop a project this summer, and I thought it was gonna be the Scram shit, and then let's say Ghostface was like, I could give you the verse, but it ain't gonna be in the next 30 days. And I was like, all right, we're gonna be waiting forever for this.
Right.
Let me start working on the album, and I banged out this album mad fast, but it was like a great body. I was just in the zone for like a month, and I just wrote this whole album. But Scram Jones is up next, and it's called Beast Music, and it's just hard, aggressive beats and rhymes, and it's just like punch you in your face rap. That's it.
Nah.
I love that.
A necessity for it, man. Like when you were growing up, it was like MOP was there for a purpose. You know what I mean? Like we needed that, right? Like you needed that. Are you in Brooklyn now? Or are you in New York right now?
I'm in Staten Island. I bought a house in Staten Island like 2 years ago.
Congrats.
So I'm in the Gorilla Castle right now.
No, that's it. Is it flooding? Did you get Ida heavy out there?
We caught a little. My shit got flooded a little bit, but my crib is a couple stories, so I'm on the bottom floor, caught a little bit. It is what it is. That's what you deal with as a homeowner. It comes in.
Most
definitely. I had water myself up here. I'm in Boston, and we got water too, but not like y'all.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is what it is, bro. We deal with it. That's life. There's highs, lows, and you deal with it.
I see a lot of sneakerheads losing some shit though.
Yeah.
No, it's good money.
Elevate the shits now. We know. You know what I mean? Like,
walk closet right now. That shit is on the second floor, so I'm good money.
Smart guy. Did you watch Dipset Locks live with us? Did you watch that shit?
Absolutely.
That was the best shit. I'm wearing this shit because I still love them, even though they caught such an L. I love them.
Such a big L, but like, no pun intended. But that was bad. You know what it is? It showed to me. I don't know their personal business. I don't know nothing, but it seems like the Locks are real brothers, and they've always been with each other. And the Locks, they go through their shits, and I feel like they may not, they may or may not be. I don't know. They may be not friends or talking at the time. It showed. It showed that the Locks never left each other and always been there. And Dipset, they go through.
There was some disconnect. You definitely could see it.
Yeah, it's every crew, and everybody argues with their friends and then gets back. It is what it is.
Yeah.
They weren't prepared, man.
No, and I said this earlier. I've interviewed all of them, every single member of each crew. I've sat down and talked and interviewed with, and my takeaway from the two crews is like, Dipset is great at what they do, but Locks cares a little bit more about what they do. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
absolutely.
and it showed that night. You know what I mean? Like I've had great interactions with all the guys, and Cam, everybody's phenomenal. But I thought it was great for the culture because when you see that energy back into the bars and the real authentic spitting, I think for guys like you too, it continues to uplift what you do. And
absolutely, big time, and it brings the focus on the attention back to what I do. So I look at it like, listen, when 2006, 7, 8. Everybody was fucking doing dance shit from down south. Like,
it was weird.
I never switched it up. I kept it I did the same music that I'm doing now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have a little less respect for artists that were out back then that wasn't really doing this type of music, but now they want to circle back to it because it's popular again. Like this artist that I look at, like, yo, they asked me for feedback. I'm not really in a rush to do it with them. I'm like, yo, when I was doing this in 2009, where the fuck were you? You was trying to do
do the shit, the snap dances and shit.
Keep doing that, homie. Don't
dancing, son.
Fuck your life.
If you could do a versus against anybody, who would it be?
I feel like my catalog ain't there yet. You know what I'm saying? I feel like my catalog's nowhere near versus. Like, I'm just starting to get my shit popping. So I would lose to anybody, bro. You gotta be humble. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
like,
it's cool, man. Because I'm thinking like someone like you and Term. Like, there's big energy. Term's a little dude, but he got big energy.
Term been outside. Term been in magazines and all of that.
11 albums, bro. He got like 20 projects, man.
Term got 40. He just said it. His last album was his 43rd project, bro.
I'm saying he got 50 albums, bro. Right. I get it.
Term is a legend.
Now, he is a legend. Shout to the whole S team, man. Yo, thanks you for checking in today. And I'm not going to ask you about Drake or Kanye or fucking none of that. I'm not going to ask you about shots or nothing, bro. We just want to talk about music and get to know you for a second. You know what I mean?
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Enjoy yourself. And I'm going to tap in with you. I need some hats, B. We need hats,
Absolutely.
dog. I want to rep for the team.
FYL.nyc.com's are played out, so just FYL.nyc is where you can get everything.
Let's go, man. Salute to the kid Nems. Gorilla Nems, ladies and gentlemen. Tito, we're clapping for the
Nems.
Peace. Thank you, bro.
You, dog. Respect, man. That's it. See? I'm not going to sweat him about vaccine shots and bullshit, right? We're going to talk about
because his answer would be fuck your life.
Fuck your life, bro. That's what I'm saying. I know what it was. You don't check for none of that bullshit. Nah, but today is a crazy day. The Drake and the Kanye hype. Have you listened to them Foolish albums? Did you listen to it at all?
I mean, I listened to more of Kanye's than I've listened to Drake. So Drake's just came out to last night?
Yeah, like this. Yeah,
I listened to the joint with Hove on Drake's album. Very good. I thought it was good. I wasn't expecting the Drake, that type of Drake on it. It was more of a singing Drake and with Hove's verse.
Whole verse, like
which I liked, but Hove's verse was dope. The Wayne Ross and that shit, that is crazy.
That's crazy.
Bananas.
Yeah.
I don't like the fucking Future Too Sexy shit. I think it's stupid. But the video I heard is fucking on fire. It's got Kawhi Leonard in it.
It looks like an old Boys to Men video from like 2001 or like 97 or something where they're dancing.
I haven't watched it yet, but I saw
Kawhi is like dancing.
But like the fact that they got like the serious Kawhi in there, I don't know.
It's crazy, bro.
You know?
Yeah. I mean,
overall, but I just can't. Yeah.
I don't know. I listened to almost all the Drake. There's a couple joints that stood out overall. I felt like and this is bold, I felt like I heard him do those songs better before. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's the thing. That's the problem. You know what I mean? That's where I think where Kanye succeeds a little bit, because Kanye is able to go out and change his style and adapt or whatever and do his thing, but where Drake is like, all right, well, it's the same old song.
It's formatted. It's really formatted. It becomes like kind of repetitive and
it's like 21 songs too. Like I don't understand why it's that long. It's to me, it's like it's tough to get through. You know what I mean? Like
you could tell they're in competition with each other. You know what I mean? Like it honestly feels like they're in competition, and I don't know. It's a little overall like
off-putting to me. Like I'm not with it, man. I'm not with it.
I had a hard time like really even getting through it. It was the Drake's a little sleepy. The Kanye,
Academics fell asleep watching it, listening to it.
He hangs out with 6ix9ine, bro. I don't know what to tell you, man.
I don't know what to say to you, bro.
I have no idea what's going on. But No, that was cool. Nems stopped by. He's very cool and exactly kind of what I pictured, you know what I mean? But happy to be able to connect with him and talk music for a little bit and get into his psyche. That was fun. You know,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't know. I mean, I'm hanging out, bro. We're gonna pick this thing up big time coming up in the middle of September. My daughter goes back to school, and then I know your kids are in school now. My girl's
Yep.
doing her thing. I'm gonna have the days to do a lot of business, a lot of stuff over here, and kind of rebuilding this little Mr. Peter Parker thing from the ground up. I'm having fun with it. And we're
Definitely,
doing a
bro.
lot of shit. A lot of people reaching out, trying to do some interviews and more stuff, more
More
podcasting.
more things to speak about.
Uh-huh. More roaches to be lit on the YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Like light work, man. See, this is you see.
Hey,
Can I shout out this shirt too? I was
yeah.
joking. Like I love Dipset. I love Diplomats. Shout out to on Twitter and Instagram the account Up North Trips at Up North
Yes.
Trips. Right. So
Yes.
this shirt is like with see, the guns on the hands. It's like you see the back though. Can you see the back?
Yeah. Just fuck Giuliani. Good right there.
Right. See, like
That.
it's
Yep.
basically a 1999 promo shirt that they put out. So you in the back it says Confessions of Fire Gold, Cameron new album, like Spring 99, Diplomats Summer 99. Them shits didn't come out to like 2004. You know what I mean?
R.I.P. Blood. Yeah. What?
Right,
Yeah.
RP Blood on the back.
Yeah.
So
Blood.
it was cool the way they kind of redid these promo shirts, these original Diplomats logo shirts from '99, which is fire. I copped it off online on the at Up North Trips. Shot to Evan Auerbach. He has a great thing and has some great dope like merch and great shirts and stuff like that.
Shout to my guy. It's Doc Apparel too.
Oh, okay,
He,
cool.
he keeps blessing me with some stuff. So I
Right. Hopefully we can get some hats from Nems and shout the Crime Apple been sending shit over. But no, we're gonna start, you know, hey, if you've got a product you need advertised, the Mr. Peter Parker show is here. Tito's here. You know what I mean? We can
I will
wear
wear
your shit.
whatever. I will wear the gear.
We can wear the
Send
gear.
it on. Send
it
on.
on, bro. And follow, like, subscribe, listen, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're up on iHeartRadio now with the iHeart podcast. We're up on that.
That's something, a new feature. Shouts to
Something
those.
else, man.
Shouts to those cats.
We're gonna do some branding and marketing. We haven't really done any marketing for the podcast in a while. We've just been kind of putting things out, catering to our niche audience.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're just fucking talking our shit and fucking doing our thing. So it's been a little bit since we even got to one of these, but you know, it is what it is.
Right. No,
but now we're gonna move it along.
Yeah, you had a little flooding. We're fixing up the basement. I like this new background for you, T, though. This is dope with the kicks and shit.
Yeah,
and
I think I might this might be the new spot. It's
like
a little bit more conducive to what we need to do here.
That's cool. No, I'm with the shits though. Coming up, also going to be kicking off in October a basketball podcast talking about NBA basketball.
Nice.
The tentative name right now, I don't know. I don't have a name. Somebody on Twitter said Parker's Court.
Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that.
That's not
whoever that was should not get into a job like marketing anything.
No, it's not it. But we're gonna come up with an idea. I want to talk like
I saw you try to flush one the other day.
Bro, off the tip slam, bro. It hit the backboard, but it looked and felt.
It went in. I counted for 2 points.
Like, here's what it is. I'm gonna tell you the break. So, like, instead of like running on a treadmill or like going around, jogging around the neighborhood to get my energy out, I go down to this little park by my house and I just work out, like dribbling and shooting, like shit I would do like when I was training in college. And I got myself better, and then my back was hurting. So then for like a month, I was like just like kind of training my body so I could kind of move better. And then I was out. Emily's like, "Come down and get Vivian." I'm like, "All right." I went out and I'm like, this rim looks like it's about an inch low. I'm looking at this thing. It's about 3/4 of an inch.
9'10".
No, a 9'11", right? But it's close, right? So you're like, all right, and it's like a breakaway. So I'm like, oh, all right, cool. And so I tossed it up once and almost caught it. And I was like, get the camera on right now. I probably got one good jump in me. So I fucking put the camera up and threw it and tipped it, and it went off the backboard, but it looked good and it felt good and looked good on camera. So I took a still shot of me like about to dunk.
Yes, I saw that.
I'm getting it pressed up on a crew neck for my wife to wear around, just because it like son, that's the closest I came to dunking a basketball in about 7 years, man.
Nah, man, yo. I was happy for you, bro. I was like,
Right. Right.
I thought that was number 3, Curry College running down.
Yo, shut the McNamara. Send the fucking jersey.
When was that night that every MC tomorrow? That's good.
Yo, but no, you're talking about Midnight Madness when I fell into the crowd. Were you there for that?
Yeah. Of course.
Here's the real story. So the far hoop, we're playing Midnight Madness. We're playing like a little fun game in front of the students. Everybody's drunk in the stands. The gym is packed to capacity, more than any game we're ever gonna have. Right?
No, the tip off game was probably 2 days later. No one went.
No one showed up. But the Midnight Madness is an excuse to get drunk and come out. This is like 2002, 2001, maybe. And maybe 99, I don't know. So one of the hoops, they've been dunking on the rim so much, the rim was bent down. And it was like kind of down a little bit. I'm like, I can definitely catch it off this. So I came in, jumped, I cocked it back mad far and got hung so unmercifully. And I fell.
Into the crowd.
It fell on my back, but I was so embarrassed when I hit the ground. My net, and Christian does not believe this, okay? But my natural instinct from my whole life as an entertainer is if you're in an embarrassing situation to go farther into the embarrassment to make it a joke or make people laugh. Like that's my instinct. So when I hit the ground, instead of just laying there or getting up, I kind of threw my body over. And so I like landed and then I rolled mad stiff into the crowd. Like my legs were in the air. It was like a Chevy Chase pratfall from Saturday Night Live. Like I hit and I was like, whoa. Like I knew the only way I can get out of this is by making people laugh. And the gym went crazy, I remember, and people thought I really fell into the crowd. And I was like, no, I rolled into the crowd. I definitely fell, though.
You fell first, but you wanted
and I
to
accentuated it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I fell, and then I kind of planted my hands flat and my stiff legs. Remember, I was like, whoa. Like
you pulled a LeBron.
It was like probably like a Jack Tripper Three's Company move is really what it was. You know what I mean? Like,
that's funny. That's funny.
All right, we're going to wrap it up with that. It's the Mr. Peter Parker Show. That's Tito. I'm Parker. We're out. Shot to Nems. We'll be back when we feel like it.
Fuck your life.
Fuck your life. And it was a joke. So trust me.